Hello and welcome to the beginners section, creating website pages. This is Nicholas Wimsat, your presenter speaking. I'm going to teach you all about creating your web pages for your microsite. Alright, let's go ahead and start our creating pages. Alright, right here you see our main page, and we'll have the blue template for starters. As you can see, we are on the welcome page. And I am currently logged in as the administrator, so I'm going to click on the link Modify Page, and then that will bring me to my Pages section. And then we see we have one page on the list. Right now it's currently welcome. If we create a new page, we'll call it Page 2. We'll have the type WYSIWYG, which stands for What You See is What You Get. It's basically like a word type editor interface, so we're going to click on Add. Okay, so right here we have a blank box right here, which is where we'll put our words and text in, and then up here are the different controls for the editor interface. So right down here we're going to type in some text. Okay, and I'll show you the different controls. We can bold our text, italicize, underline. We can also add quotation marks to our text. Or put it in quotes. Also, there's a bulleted list to make listed items. And also you can choose to have your text left aligned, center, or right justified. So as you can see, this is a very powerful piece of the text editor engine. You'll probably be referring to this most often when you're creating your web pages. And also, if you want to add a link to your page, you can type in the words you want to have it linked to. And then click on the Insert and Edit Website Baker link. We're going to click on the Welcome page. We're going to click on OK. Alright, now we're going to save this. And then on the top right corner here, there's the View link. If you click on that, that will bring you to the page that you just created. So as you can see, there's the link here. If we click on that, that will bring us back to our welcome page. Alright, and now let me show you different other types of interfaces to work with. We have things like the event calendars, forms, image galleries, news. Alright, let's go ahead and start with our form. We're going to call it Special Event. Add it. Okay, so as you can see here, this has a different layout from our WYSIWYG editor. There is no word type interface or any of the bolding buttons. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to start with an add field. This is basically a good use of, for example, when you want to create a form that you want your members to fill out, like say you want your members to register for a particular event. That's where the form will be of use to you. So here we're going to start out with a heading, and for our header we'll type in alright, we're going to type in save here. We're going to click on add field. Alright, and our next question on our form is going to be name. And then, of course, the type is going to be a short text, so it's going to be a short text field where your members are going to enter their name in. And then now you're going to click on save. And we're going to make this field required. The length and the default text you can just leave blank, but say for example you want something in the default text like put your name here. That is fine as well. And if you want to save your changes again, just click on the save button and then click on add field here. Alright, our next question is going to be email. This is going to be where your members will put in their email address when they're filling out the form. We're also going to make this field required. Save again. Click on add field. Okay, and our next question is going to be a long text, which is like a text area. It's like a bigger box. And then once I show this, show the finished product to you guys, it'll make a lot more sense. Because the short boxes are kind of like just one line fields, and then the long text area is like a long box where you can type in your comments and other types of things where you'd have a long entry. Alright, and for a large box question, we're going to say specify what you will be bringing to this event. Go and click on save. This time we're not going to make it required, we'll just leave it as no. Go and click on add field. Okay, and our next question is going to be a checkbox, which is the checkbox group. So you can click on the checkbox group and then type in the name of the question or the title of the question. We're going to say what type of events would you like to participate in? And click on save. Alright, now this one's a little bit different. We're going to have 3 options for our members to choose from. Our first option can be play poker. Our second option can be bingo. And our third option can be wheel of fortune. This will not be required. We're going to save this. click on Add Field. Alright, our next question is going to be a drop box. And that's going to be a select box, which is the type. So we're going to select box. And for our title, it's going to be, what time would you be arriving to this event? And click on Save. Again, we're going to have our three options. So for our first option, we'll type in 9 a.m. Our second option will be 10 a.m. Third option will be 12 p.m. Size we can just leave blank. And then you can choose whether or not to allow multiple selections, but right now we'll leave it as no, because we want our members to select one of these three options, and we are not going to make it required, so just leave that as no. Click on Save. Alright, we're going to, that's going to be our last question. So what we're going to do is we're going to, once we have that saved, we're going to click on Close. Alright, now in the Modify Delete field, you see that all of your questions that you specified in the form are listed here, and we don't have any submissions yet. So the last thing to do is to check in our settings. Alright, up at the top here is CAPTCHA verification. Basically what that means is when someone fills out a form, they will have to type in, it's usually an addition or subtraction. This is to filter out spam, but you can choose to have this disabled if you like. Max submissions per hour, basically the amount of submissions you could have in 1 hour. You can leave that as default 50. Submissions stored in the database, you can also leave that as default, and these can be default as well. You don't have to touch these. Now the two sections on the bottom, the email settings and the success settings, you will have to change. Success settings, you can type in your email address right here. I will leave mine as nwimsat@kkg.org. Email from, we'll have it as field email. And then email name, we can just leave that blank. Email subject will be the results from form. We'll just switch that to results from special event. Okay. So let me just recap over the email from and the email to. The email from, which is set to field email, is the email address that the member has put into their form. So basically when they submit the form, their email address will go into the from field, and then your email address will be in the to field. So a confirmation will be sent when someone submits a form. It will go directly to your email address that you have listed here, and their email address will be listed in the from section, so that way you can respond back to them if they fill out something wrong on their submission. Okay, let's go down here to the success settings. Email to, we'll have it as, you can choose whether or not to fill out the success settings. It's not necessarily required, but if you want to have people receive an email whenever they submit something, you can have the email to set to field email. Email from can be your email address again. Email name, you can just leave that blank. Email subject can be you have submitted a form. And then this is basically the subject of the email, and then here's the body. And you can change those however you like. And then down here we have the success page. Basically, this means that whenever someone submits a form, they will be redirected to another page. We will select Welcome as our success page, so that way when someone submits it, they will be redirected to the home page, which is the Welcome page. Hopefully that's not too confusing. Alright, we're going to save this. And now we are going to take a look at our form. And again, you can just select this view link at the top here, and then that will bring you out to your form. Let me just go ahead and refresh the page here. Alright, so here are our questions. We have our name, which our members will fill out. They can type in their email address, what they will be bringing, and what types of events they would like to participate in, their time that they will arrive to the event, and once they are finished putting in their information, they can just click on Submit Form, and then that will submit it to your email address. You'll get a notification with all of the details filled out. And of course, if you filled out the success settings, they will receive an email that they have completed out the form. Okay, so that completes the form module. And now we are going to move on to external links. So let's say, for example, you want to have a link that goes directly to kappa-kappa-gamma.org. We will select the menu link type, and for the title we'll just say kkg.org. Parent we'll leave as none. Or actually, let's go ahead and test the parent field. Basically what parent means is that it will be listed under another page. So if we select welcome, it will be listed under the welcome page, the home page. Visibility we will leave as public. We're going to click on add. Alright, and now for the link, we're going to select external link. Basically, an external link is a link that's leading away from your microsite, your website, and it's going to other websites out on the internet. And this field here is very important, so make sure you type in the way that I have it: http:// These characters right here are important because if you were to type in just the link itself, it will just redirect to what's in your website, meaning that it will point to a page that doesn't exist, so you'll get an error message. So it's very important that you type in http:// and then the website, which would be kappa-kappa-gamma.org. And we're going to save this. Alright, and you can either click on View, which will bring you to the Kappa website, or refresh the page here. Oh, whoops, forgot to save. Okay, we're going to save this. Alright, now when you click on Welcome, you'll notice that kkg.org is on the bottom here. So when you click on that, that should bring you to your website, which it did not. Let's go ahead and go back again, and we'll see what went wrong. Alright, I think what happened was I forgot the www. Alright, so it's going to be http://www.kappa-kappa-gamma.org. We're going to save this again. Okay, we're going to go back to our microsite again, and we're going to click on kkg.org. Alright, and that brought us to the main page of the fraternity website. And that's a little bit of how external links work. So again, you might have to put in HTTPS and then www. Alright, our next page is going to be an image gallery. We'll just do a swept gallery. And then for title, we'll just say images or image gallery. Parent, we'll select none. Visibility, we'll do something different. We'll select registered. And our allowed viewers are going to be members, chapter members, administrators, and we'll just leave blank. We're going to add it. Alright, choose gallery. When you create your first gallery, the first one is usually unnamed gallery, and that's usually reflected by the gallery name down here. But first we're going to select Kappa Graphics. This should be in every microsite. For the unnamed gallery, we'll just say first image gallery. The description you can just leave blank. Go and click Save here. Alright, and for the Choose Gallery, it did rename itself to First Image Gallery. So we're going to click on View on the top right corner. Alright, and as you can see here is the images that are in the gallery. As you can see, one of them is way too big. So to fix that, we are going to go back here to the Edit Gallery section, and we are going to click Modify Settings. Alright, and here's the settings for the Swift Gallery. Up here where it says Image Width, they give an example of 400 pixels. Let's go ahead and put in 400 pixels right here. So it's going to be 400px. Everything else we'll leave as default. We're going to click on Save here. Alright, now let's go back to our page. We're going to click on Refresh. And as you can see, the large image has been reformatted into a smaller, more compact image. That way it looks nice and professional on the page. Alright, and our next one, and our last one, is going to be a YouTube video. So say, for example, if you want to add videos to your page, you can select YouTube video as the type. Parent is going to be none. Visibility is going to be public. And then we'll have the title as videos. Click on Add. Alright, so we have a video description title. We can just leave that blank for now. And for the video URL, I will type in a video that I pulled off of YouTube. Then all the other settings you can switch and change however you like, but I'm going to leave these as default. I'm going to click the Save button. Alright, now when we go back to our page again, we're going to refresh the page. We'll see videos that popped up as the menu. Click on that, and as you can see, the video has added itself to the page. Now, the way this works is that when you have a YouTube video that you upload to YouTube, you click on the URL, which is up at the top here. So you select that, you copy it, and then you paste it down here in this section right here. And then that will add the video, your selected video, onto the page. Alright, one more thing. Actually, a few more things to cover before we go, or before we end the webinar. We have the image gallery, which I set as registered. So, for example, right now I am logged in, and when I click on log out, when I click on the image gallery, it asks me for my username and password, which means this page is registered and it requires a login in order to get past this point. So what happens is, say for example, you have a page that requires some secrecy. You don't want other like public users coming in and seeing what information is on this page. You only want your members to see what's on this page. So what happens is, in order to view the page, you have to log in using your information. And here we go. We see our images again. That's because we're logged in. And that's how the registered works. Now let me show what the different types of visibility are. We have public, private, registered, hidden, and none. Alright, now to the right of the image gallery, we will see a gear-like icon here. These are the settings for the page, and each page has a settings icon. Alright, now on the modify page settings, this is where you can change the title of your page on the menu and on the page. We have the parent, which we can select which parent, like we can have it go under the welcome page, like with the kappa-kappa-gamma.org link. Visibility, right now it's registered, but if we select private, what will happen is when we are not logged in, it will not show up on the list. So let me give a brief example of that. I have it set to private. Alright, now I'm going to log out. Now watch what's going to happen to image gallery. Right now we see it as visible. Now when we log out, it's gone. So with registered, you would see it on the menu even when you're logged out. But when it's private, you won't see it on the list. Now when I log in, it's going to reappear. I must have selected image gallery as the parent page of welcome. Okay, so it looks like it did appear. It appeared under welcome. I must have changed the settings for the parent. Let me switch that back again. Parent was supposed to be none. Save that. Okay, now you can see the image gallery is on the menu again. Now let's go over the other visibility settings. So I've showed you public, private, registered, and now the hidden option, which is like private, only you don't require a login to actually see the page. So we're going to click on Save. And what's going to happen is that image gallery is going to disappear from the menu. It's gone from the menu, so no one can click on it. However, when I click on image gallery in the search, spelled that wrong. Alright, so that did come up in search results. So again, you can see that page in the search results, however you cannot see that in the menu. This is particularly useful for information that not necessarily you want to keep private, but so that way it doesn't clutter up the menu. So if you have a lot of pages on the menu and you want to try to weed it out, like try to hide particular pages, make the menu a little bit more clean and have it linked from other pages, you can do that. And basically that's usually kind of what the hidden option visibility option is used for. Alright, now we have one last visibility option, which is none. Basically, this means that the page will not exist on the website. So when we click on Save, and we go back here, and we refresh the page, that page should no longer exist. So again, that page is no longer there. Can't click on it. Even if you search for it, it won't be there. So this is good for types of pages which are say, for example, you have a page that you're currently editing and you don't want people to see it just yet. You'll have the visibility option selected as none, and then once you have the page completed, you can select it as registered or public or private, whatever type of page visibility settings you want to set it at. But yeah, that covers the visibility settings. Another option on the settings page here is that you can select what menu you want it to appear in. So let's say this here does not have the menu. So what we're gonna save here in Manage Settings. Let's see, Manage Settings. I think. Oh wait, that's not in here. Okay. Okay, we are back at the page, modify page settings again. Right now you have a menu option. Actually, let me go into this. Actually, this is an option that is usually when enabled. It is good for certain templates, like let's say the blue template. Actually, let me back up here. Let's go ahead and edit this part. I'm going to stop the recording here. Okay, we're back to the modify page settings again. Right down here there is an option called menu, and we're going to select left menu, or actually top menu. We're going to save here. This is for the image gallery again. So when we go back to the page, we're going to refresh it, and we see image gallery is on a second menu up here. This second menu is usually for particular templates, such as the blue template. Not all templates have the second menu option. So again, if you want to add menus from the left here and add them up top, there's that possibility on the blue template. And also, let's see, I think that pretty much covers most of the modify page settings. We'll set that back to left. Everything else here can be default. Alright, that pretty much covers everything in this tutorial. Let's go back to the PowerPoint again. If you have any questions, feel free to contact web support at kappa-kappa-gamma.org, kkg.org. We are always happy to help assist and want to encourage your use of the website. So if you have any questions about the pages or how, visibility options, settings, you can contact web support and we'll get back, help you out with that. All right, this is Nicholas from SAT signing out.